The 3 a.m. pizza delivery.
Like, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for latest video notification from our channel.
The clock on Derek's phone read to 45 a.m. He drummed his fingers on the counter, hoping no more orders would come in before closing. But just as he reached to lock the front door, the delivery tablet chimed. One last order, a large pepperoni pizza, to an address he'd never seen before, located on the outskirts of town. Derek sighed, but accepted the delivery. It was company policy, no matter how late or strange the order, it had to go out. Grabbing his insulated delivery bag, he tossed the pizza in, zipped it up, and set off in his old sedan. The streets were unnervingly silent, and the fog rolled thick across the empty road. As he followed the GPS directions, the houses grew farther apart, replaced by overgrown fields and dense woods. The further he drove, the heavier the air seemed to get, and an odd sensation of being watched crept over him. The GPS beeped. Arrived at destination, Derek squinted through his windshield. The house stood in the middle of an overgrown lot, its windows boarded up and front porch sagging with age. There was no light inside, no sign that anyone was awake, let alone waiting for pizza at 3 a.m. Derek hesitated, but reminded himself he just needed to drop the pizza and leave. He grabbed the box, walked up to the porch, and knocked twice on the peeling door. The sound echoed strangely, as if the house were hollow. After a long moment, the door creaked open. A frail, pale man in a dirty bathrobe stood in the doorway. His sunken eyes looked far too wide for his gaunt face, and his hands trembled slightly as he spoke. "You're just in time," the man whispered with an unsettling grin. Derek forced a polite smile and extended the pizza. "That'll be $18.75. The man dug into his robe's pockets, pulling out a handful of old coins, crumpled bills, and something small wrapped in tissue paper. "This is enough, right?" Without waiting for Derek to answer, the man grabbed the pizza and backed into the darkness of the house, leaving the door ajar. For a moment, Derek stood there, trying to process what had just happened. But before he could turn to leave, a child's voice whispered from behind him, "Please ... don't leave." "What the hell ... Derek muttered, backing away from the child. The hairs on his neck stood on end. Is ... is this some kind of joke?" he asked, but the boy only shook his head, his lower lip trembling. Derek spun around. A little boy stood at the edge of the porch steps, his clothes ragged and his skin pale like the man's. His eyes were wide with desperation. "He won't let me go," the boy whimpered. "Please help me." Derek looked from the boy to the open door. He felt his gut twist as something far more sinister lurked just beyond the threshold of that rotting house. Shadows danced unnaturally in the corners of the hall, moving like living things. The front door creaked open wider behind Derek, and the man's voice floated out, low and hoarse. "He's lying. You know. Don't listen to him." "You need to leave now," the boy urged, his voice sharp with fear. "If you stay, you'll never get out." A cold wind blew from inside the house, as if something ancient and unseen was stirring. Heart pounding, Derek bolted toward his car, but his feet felt heavy, as though the earth itself wanted to swallow him. He could hear something moving inside the house, something dragging, slithering, getting closer. As Derek reached his car and yanked the door open, he glanced back one last time. The boy was gone. The man stood at the doorway, smiling far too wide now, his face splitting in unnatural ways. "See you next time, Derek," the man whispered, just before the door slammed shut.
Like, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for latest video notification from our channel.